Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing today? So I have not done an empties video since the end of last month. I do them at the end of every month, and it's as I always jokingly say, it's that time of the month again. But these are products that we've used up in our household that we like to use, and I'm giving tips of things that what I've liked about them, some of them things I may have tried for the first time, some things I've been using, they're tried and true for a long time, and some things I just kind of randomly buy, to save money or just to, that we need to use. But anyway, before I get too involved, don't forget to hit thumbs up, don't forget to hit subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I upload more videos, okay? So, little tip, I often buy generic. You can save anywhere from $2 to $3 to $4 per item, which does add up if you're buying a lot of things in a grocery store or a store that has discount, a store that has, like, say, a Walmart that might have a name brand mouthwash, and then they've got their own brand, okay? Same thing with the grocery stores. Now, what I've noticed is some products, which, let's say, salad dressing, the grocery stores near me used to have a wider range of their own brand of salad dressing. And I've noticed that they have changed a lot. They might have an Italian dressing, but they might not have a low-cal, or they might not have a low-cal, low-sodium, of their own brand, They might have just the basics, French, Thousand Island, Ranch, just a handful. But for the most part, you can find some, and I've also noticed they might make mayonnaise in that particular store's brand, but they don't have bigger, they only have it in little jars, they don't have it in bigger jars. So, just some interesting things. So sometimes they do it like that on purpose so that they only have name brands in the bigger jars. So then you kind of have to buy, and where I live, mayonnaise has gone up considerably. Now, if you don't use mayonnaise, you're saving money right there anyway. Same thing with ketchup. I've noticed a lot of condiments the prices have gone up. But mouthwash is one of those things that keeps going up. And I've noticed that some of them are up to $7 or $8 for a bottle this size. And this is your basic generic brand. Like there's, the store brands. Walmart has their own house brands. Most of them are made by the actual companies themselves, the name brand companies, and they have some sort of a deal. I've noticed, and sometimes they're a big difference. Sometimes taste-wise, texture-wise, whatever types of thing you're buying. But for some things that, like, my husband doesn't really care. He's not brand loyal to mouthwash, so I get the generic, and I usually save anywhere from $2 to $3 a bottle on that. So, okay. So, actually, if you have noticed, I did color my hair a little darker this time. I still kept the highlights in there. I was starting to get, like, that yellow blonde look, which I'm not a fan of, unless I go white blonde. I'm one of those all or nothing people. Like, you notice when I've done those wig videos, I'm either really blonde or really red or really something. And I kind of like being, like, it was getting to a point where it looked like it was all one color, and I like the look of the combination of contrast with the light and the dark. So it will lighten up a lot, when it's first done. Of course, it's the first, just did it the other day. And of course, when you wash it, when you're all done, and then, it'll actually fade up much lighter. A couple weeks, by my birthday, which is May 12th, by the way. And then I'll be turning 60, so that's a big birthday. By then it'll have lightened up a little bit more and won't be such a shock. I actually like it like this because I'm used to having it darker. I like contrast, but for some people, they like really, it's such a shock. They get used to the blonde and they forget that I had jet black hair for like 3 years, and then I'll go up the color wheel all the way light again, and then I get tired of it being light and I go down. So that's why I enjoy having the wigs, because then I can also experiment and do things without heavy commitment, you know. Okay, so Avon Senses, I've talked about that. This is their bubble bath line. They have kept the same style of bottle for decades. It give you a lot, 24 fluid ounces. This is available on my Avon website. A multitude of different scents. This one was a holiday scent. This one actually is not available, because this is, if it is, it's in the markdown section in the special offers. I always joke and say it's in the special offers section that's marked down from holidays, if they still have it in stock. This was the frosted vanilla honey cake. They always have a special scent for the holidays. Sometimes, some years it's like a peppermint, chocolate peppermint. Sometimes it's like a special edition. Like this is the vanilla honey cake, which is different than their regular vanilla that I use all the time, that I've talked about all the time. This is a great, not only is it great as a bubble bath, you can use it as a shower gel. You can use it as, I put this in our pumps. I buy the cheapy pumps from Dollar Tree that are empty, and I put this in the pumps in the bathrooms, and it's a really great cleanser for your hands, but at the same time you're not having to spend 3 to 4 or even 5 bottles for some of those small soft soaps. You know, little hand wash things. You can buy these, and one thing of these will go to, you know, 1, 2, 3 bathrooms for the hand washes, and you know, they don't all go at once. And then I also use them for dishes. I use them for the hand wash in the kitchen. Very moisturizing, good for your hands. Great cleaner. There are people who actually use these for their car. There's people who are big car aficionados. I'm saying this right. Aficionados that will buy these when people, Avon reps, have like vendor booths at, like, say, those big flea markets and things, and they'll have a big display of these, and men who are big car collectors will buy this, and they'll use it on the outside of the car for a really great shine. And then they also will use a little bit on a special kind of sponge, a special kind of wipes to clean leather. And it's just really nice shine because it's got conditioning elements in it. So it's great for your skin. It's also, it's good for a lot of things. Like I said, a multitude of things. And it's excellent, and you could pick your scent. There are things like cucumbers, and we've got lavender, and there's one, I think they still have, if I'm not mistaken, they had one that was unscented, but I'm not sure if they still have that one, because the scented ones are the most popular. So, you know, check it out. They're usually on sale. Sometimes they go on sale as low as $8.99, but they can go up to around $12.99 depending on if they're on, you know, the really low sale. And sometimes they'll be, quote, on sale, like regularly priced like maybe $18, and they say they're on sale for $12.99. But then other times they might have them even lower, like, or 2 for $18. Or I've got clients who actually buy these in bulk, and there's a whole generation of women who would either get their hair done at a salon or do their hair, and I don't know what they're doing exercise-wise, but they'll let their hair style from either getting it blown out or roller set, or when they do it themselves, they go 3 to 4 days, and they'll either shower with a shower cap, which is what I do, or on the days they don't wash their hair, or do a bubble bath and just tie their hair up, and they use this. So they are big bubble bath people. Some people really love it. It's very relaxing. It's like aromatherapy. It is it's phenomenal. The intensity of the scents are fantastic, and there's a reason why these are Avon classics. They've been with us forever. My link tree, go to my link tree, scroll down to where it says welcome 10. That's where my Avon link is. You can get an extra 10% off with the Welcome 10 code, and go scroll down, and my Avon link is where it says the Welcome 10. So it's right there, and you can shop my website and get things for There's still time to get things for Mother's Day, all kinds of things, Father's Day. We have right now, we've got some men's things that are in stock. We've got men's jewelry. We always have had men's cologne and aftershave and all those things, but they've recently got, I gotta get some deals for Hanes. We have Hanes men's products, boxers, all kinds of things. Polo shirts, not Polo brand, but that style. Really great looking men's watch. The polo shirt is in a nice gray shade as well as a black shade. So it's a really good deal, and you can support me and my business that way. So, and in addition to all the other ways you can support my business. So anyway, just wanted to throw that out there. Okay, moisture therapy. This is one of the main moisturizers I use on my skin. It is phenomenal. It's very affordable. This jar you can use on everything. It is so, when you first get it, it's highly concentrated. You can use it on your face. You can use it, I use it a lot here. Use it for dry elbows, hands. There's no scent to this. This is, what I say, unisex, gender neutral, okay? Gender neutral, just like the moisture therapy hand cream, which is so rich. And my friend whose husband is a truck driver, he was using the hand cream. It is, the moisture therapy line is just, I can't say enough good things about it, because it is so rich and emollient and is helpful, because as we know, when your skin is dry, you are more susceptible to little cuts, paper cuts, all kinds of little issues, infections. So the more you moisturize, the better you are. So this is one of those excellent things. I use this as a night cream. I use this as a day cream. It's just one of the things that's in my routine. So, okay, so there's that. Okay, now, this is the new Power Serum. I've talked about this before. It usually comes in a tall bottle with a little squirt applicator. But at one point, we, as a rep, we had a rep deal where we could get extra samples of these. And instead of me spending the money for the full size, which is usually around $22, maybe $23.99, I was able to get a bunch of these at a special price. So I've been using these instead of buying, and these also came free with like a special, some special deal that we had going on. If you bought this many things, you got some free samples. So I was able to get some deals on that. And so this is the Power Serum. I mix that with the cream I just talked about, and that is an excellent, just unbelievable moisturizer. It helps here. It helps here with the crow's feet, helps right here. All those things make a difference. Okay, now look at this. I have almost completely used up this lip gloss. This was the Mega Slicks by Mega Slicks by Wet n Wild. I have used this so much, I cannot tell you. I think I've got almost as much as I can get out of this. There's maybe a little bit left, but this is one of those rare times that I'm actually talking about a makeup thing. This is an excellent lip gloss. I love the shade. This is like my favorite thing, is putting the shimmery on top of a rose color, and it's just stunning. Instant youth. Because one thing I have noticed, that a lot of women over a certain age, you wear what was popular when you were a teenager. Dark lipstick was very popular in the 90s, okay? And it's great. It's a great look, okay? It's not to say it isn't good. Red lipstick, a very traditional, yes. It's a cute look. It's cute. Once in a while, I'll do bright red. But for the most part, when your lips get smaller as you get older, the last thing you want to do is you put a dark red, or even worse, darker brown. Now, of course, it depends on your skin type, your skin color, or your skin tone, and those kinds of things. It depends on the shade. But as a rule, once I started doing lighter lipstick and more glossy looks more youthful than flatter color. And this is the key, is the pinky gold. The pinky gold in the blush with the highlight, the pinky gold on top of the lip. And it helps even if you have a darker color, like let's say if you have a dark brown or a burgundy, like let's say this, okay, this might be, this when I do this a color like that, it almost looks too dark. But if you put this on top, you put a shimmery gloss on top, it changes up the whole look, and it just it looks more youthful. It looks more youthful. For one thing, it makes the lips look bigger, and it also, there's a youthfulness about having the not just the glossiness. The glossiness has gives a youthful look, as well as the lighter shade helps make the lips look bigger. And as soon as I changed my makeup from always wearing the darker colors on my lips, that suddenly everyone was saying, "Oh, you look so much younger. It looks so much younger." Okay. Now, Vacation Vibe. I think I still have one more of these left. This was from last summer. This is one of my favorite scents. It is that mix of the pistachio, jasmine, and amber from Bath & Body Works. I hope they bring it back this summer, but I'm so glad I got an extra one. It's so wonderful. It is such a great combination. I've even bought their other pistachio scent that they came out with, which is in the jewel bottle. I think this is a little bit better. Even though I like that one, this one is still that wonderful blend that smells like the Sol de Janeiro, which everybody is still talking about. It's still an excellent. The Sol de Janeiro is very, highly, high price for what it is for a body spray. But that scent is just so fantastic, and it gives you that feeling like you're in, Rio, and that scent of combination of the cocoa butter, the pistachio, this warm, it's like dessert and coconut and tanning oil and beach. And when you smell it, it takes you away. That's the only way that I can explain it. And and it is Vacation Vibe. I mean, fantastic. If they made a candle of this, I would buy it. I still have the body spray. I use the body spray of this all the time. It's one of my favorite scents. In addition to the original Sol de Janeiro, I have like several dupes of and I talk about it nearly every time I come on here, because I have not had a scent that blew me away in the way that the Sol de Janeiro. So I have bought the Primark dupe for it. Avon now has a scent that our Vacation Vibe. That's a Vacation Vibe. We have our, what is it called? Oh God, I'm drawing a blank. Oh my God. I'll have to look it up. But it is so close. It is so close, but it's like a perfume version. And that perfume version, actually, I'm going to get it right now. Live Out Loud. The Solar Vibes. Live Out Loud, Solar Vibes. This is a little more fruity. And I know people will say I'm a little fruity. This is a little fruity. A fruitier mix. And a little less on the pistachio. But close. Okay, this still smells, what I would say, still has a scent of an Avon perfume. There's something about Avon scents. They always have a little more fruity and a little more floral. Not as desserty as the mix with the mix of the pistachio, but it's excellent. And wait, there's several Live Out Loud. There's like two or three different versions of Live Out Loud, but this one is the Solar Vibes. I knew there was a vibe in there somewhere. I knew there was a vibe. Okay. One thing I do, Avon does have deodorant, but we have a stick, which is what I would say it's pretty good. It's not bad. But it's not it's a scent that I'm not that crazy about. And then we have plenty of ones that are scented that match our colognes, okay? And then there's one that's unscented, but the majority are roll-on, like old school roll-on that go on wet. And some people really, really love that. I had to actually explain to my husband. He couldn't tell. He thought that every stick was a roll-on. I was like, no, no, no. Back in the 70s, there used to be this ball with some sticky liquid, and you rolled it, and there was a sticky liquid before they started making stick deodorant, okay? And Avon has a stick, and then Avon has a whole set of the roll-ons, okay? Those are our choices. Those are my choices if I wanted to use what is sold on my Avon website. But I alternate a lot. I go through a lot of different. I'll sometimes have like 4 or 5 different deodorants that I buy, and I kind of alternate. And I usually go by the scent. This Suave that has a tropical paradise. Once again, there's my tropical. This is really fantastic. And sometimes I'll have a coupon and I'll get 2 for 1. This I really, really liked. This was the anti-staining invisible solid and cruelty-free PETA approved with a 48-hour protection. Now, I've never used a deodorant that actually, lasted 48 hours. I'd say it does last a pretty long time. It does last, especially, when you're a plus-size person, you've got, different needs than someone who's, you have more sweating issues. So I'd say it lasts probably, a good 12 hours. A good 12 hours. They're pushing it by saying 48. You at the end of the day, you need to take a shower if you've been exercising. You still, but it's still very good, and it's a great scent. This is Suave. Okay, Coach Poppy. I got this on one of my TJ Maxx hauls. This was an excellent choice. It's the fragrance mist of the high-end Coach Poppy cologne, which I'm not sure is still popular or still available everywhere. It might be, might not be. Sometimes things end up at TJ Maxx because the scent or the product has been discontinued. But I'll say I would really like this. This was use this in the bathroom as a bathroom spray in one of my bathrooms. It was only $9.99. You can't go wrong. It lasted a long time. Some of these sprays you have to spray. You might spray 1 or 2, and that's it. And some you have to spray like 4 or 5 times to really get the scent. This was excellent. Only needed like a couple of good, highly concentrated. Only needed a couple of good pumps. And that was it. And then one of my favorite hairsprays is the L'Oreal Locket Weather Control Hairspray Anti-Frizz, another 48-hour hold. Once again, I beg to differ on that, but it's still a number 4 extra strong hold. There's still one more that's higher than this, but humidity resistant. This is what I use to lock in my curl when I'm styling my hair. You can go back and watch some of my hairstyle videos and watch my process of how I do it, how I go from having hair that's really frizzy and a lot of curl to smooth, and the process how I do it with the different sprays and things. So it's excellent. This, I just ran out. I've now since replaced it. I've got my favorites, and I've got a few other things that I bought and I'm kind of like using up. This one should be in my next. Oh, look at the hair on it. This one should be in my next one because I've only got maybe this much left. This was a Big Lots thing, a Big Lots purchase. And, $6.99 for that big of a can of hairspray was a pretty good deal. It's been okay. It has not been my favorite. Sometimes you end up using things to use up. You get it, and it's okay, and then like with a big can like that, it's like, oh my god, I can't believe it. But it's been pretty good. But this one is still so much better. This gives a much better shine. I think I have a little bit left. Much better shine and hold. You can even see the shine in there. What I like about a lot of hairsprays now is that they're not, even if they say a strong hold, you can still move your hair around. It's not super sticky, and it doesn't. Most of them don't have that, what I call hairspray smell. I mean, sometimes I've shown how to do a hair video or do a live on like my Facebook, my old Facebook, and people will say, I can smell that hairspray through my phone or something, and I'm like, it actually doesn't have that hairspray smell, because in our minds we think that it's going to smell like our mom's or our grandmother's hairsprays, but most modern hairsprays aren't nowhere near as strong as they did use back in the day. So anyway, that's all my empties for the month of April 2025. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please share. I'm still building my channel. Trying to get as many views. Actually, they've been, once again, rolling back. I think they're going back. They kind of, I guess, what is it? YouTube does a review, and when you're getting close, when you're just about to start earning money with them, what do? They do a review and see which accounts are really valid or whatever. I don't know. But then they roll it back, and then they take it away, and then it's like, now I was this close again. Once again, I was almost about to hit 3,000. I only needed 1,000 more to hit 4,000, and then they rolled it back, and now I'm at like 2,600, because they're like, and I've seen videos in here where people are explaining it. They're like, oh, they got to make sure that they get rid of the fake accounts or the double accounts and blah, 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 blah. What, these are valid views, and blah, blah, blah. Oh, for crying out loud. I've been on this app, I've technically been on this app since 2010, okay? 2010, I started making videos, and then in 2012, 2011, 2014, started being a lot more consistent. Then I started adding more and doing more and more and more around 2016, 2017. I have been consistently on this channel on YouTube for that long. Okay, can you imagine being on here thinking each time this will be the video that goes viral, this will be the video that will propel me so that it'll help my household, so every little bit helps. Every share, every like, every comment, I really appreciate the comments and some of the fun conversations we have in here. It really makes a difference. But you can also always reach out to me in my other social media, which is in my link tree, and you can connect there and watch me in some of those other places, and see me in all these other where I connect with other people and other mediums too. So anyway, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Thanks. Bye.